Good morning, everybody. How are you? Jim Ingersoll here. It's good to see you on Facebook Live. I got a few things on my mind this morning. My dog Zoe just popped up here with me. Oh, I love this girl. She's the sweetest in the world. I want to talk to you about a few things today. This conversation today actually started with my podcast with Mary Hart yesterday, and when we were talking about 1031 exchanges, and then started, I could hardly walk and get around after my hip replacement. Now I'm doing a lot better. So those small steps and being consistent for the last 4 or 5 months have really helped a lot with my recovery. And I was talking to my dad last night about this because, well, I won't tell you how young he is, but he's awesome anyways. Over the 4th of July weekend, my brother Dave took him over and signed him up for a gym membership. Dad, I'm so proud of you for doing that. He went over, he signed up for a gym membership. And he started off, and he started off on the bike, and he could just do like a small segment. It was just very small, but he got up there and he started going every other day, and he's been doing this for over a month now, and that's why I had this thought about the compound effect. Because what's happening is, as he does this more and more and more, he's building up his time. So he started out, he couldn't even get to 5 minutes, but now, Dad, you're up near 20 minutes. I mean, seriously, it's awesome. And you say, how did he do that? How did he go from just like a small amount to now a substantial amount of time on the stationary bike working out every single day? And that's really the key. The key is consistent action taken and repeated every single day. And you guys that are liking this and all that, I appreciate that. If you are willing to go out there and you're willing to take action every single day, and move yourself forward and not skip days. Like my dad, he goes every other day. He doesn't miss. He has time, of course, on his hand, and that makes it a lot easier for him to get to the gym. But you do the same things, the same action over and over and over. And it may start off with something small, but over time, it really adds up. I'll throw my daughter, Chris, into this discussion a little bit on diet. Of course, Chris is a registered dietitian. But she'll tell you those choices that you're making on your diet every single day, repeated over a long period of time, have a gigantic impact. Like the difference, if you go to McDonald's 2-3 times a day, and you do that 3, 4, 5 times a week, will have an impact on your waistline. There's just no doubt about that, because if you repeat bad decisions in your life over and over and over, they will have a negative impact on your weight in this case. Your fitness is the same thing, and your businesses are the same thing as well. Come on out. Come on, Jeter. And so the decisions that you make every day with regards to what you do and the way that you go out there. Say you're the type of person that likes to come home at night from your 9 to 5 and you like to have a little drink maybe with your TV. You know, you deserve that, right? But if you start repeating that every other day, and over a period of like a year or 2 years, it's going to have a negative impact on your liver. It just is, right? So bad decisions, even small decisions, will lead to bad long-term consequences. Same thing with debt, by the way. So I'm hitting on all the tough things today. If you start going out there and you start charging up your credit cards a little bit each day over a long period of time, you're going to find that you can't pay them off at the end of the month. So it doesn't matter if it's debt, or whether it's drinking a little bit too much, or whether it's eating the wrong foods, or not exercising. All these things actually have a compound effect on your life. And that's what I was thinking about today as I was talking with Mary Hart yesterday, and the compound effect that the book that she had read, and I've read this as well. By the way, I've got a couple of extra copies of this. If somebody wants it, I'd be happy to give it to you. And so I encourage you today, think about what you're doing with your life. Think about the small decisions that you're thinking are seemingly insignificant, that over a long period of time really build up on top of each other. It's like when we were little kids growing up in Jamestown and we'd want to build a snowman. We'd start with like the tiniest little snowball, and then Cheryl and I would like roll it all over the yard, and pretty soon it was like this giant ball of snow, and then we could build up a snowman. That's how these seemingly small decisions in your life really compound and become massive over time. They could be massive for the positive, or they could be massive for the negative. So I encourage you to look at your life, consider what's positive, what's negative in the decisions that you're making. That's what's on my mind this morning. And I'm seeing people in our mastermind community do this, people like you, Tommy, and Max, and Connor, and a bunch of others. So congrats to you guys that are out there making good decisions, building your businesses, building your life in the right way. That's what's on my mind this morning. Thanks, everybody. Have a super day today.